Thank you, Madam Chair. I extend gratitude to the co-chairs for the element paper. In our review, the section on private finance in the element paper is quite challenging. We feel that it's weak and problematic as well. It fails to reflect the need for the transformative approach that should guide proposals to be agreed at FFT4. With this, I would like to highlight 4 key areas of concern. Firstly, the proposal shows an over-reliance on a private capital mobilization, including by using public institutions and scarce public resources to subsidize the private finance, with a strong focus on quantity. Here, quality should be prioritized over quantity. We feel that the private capital mobilization should not be promoted without the necessary connection with a policy agenda aimed to expand fiscal and policy space for the structural transformation of countries in the Global South. We welcome the reference of the Group of 77 in China as they underline the need to support structural transformation and to enhance the productive capacities for building diversified, resilient, and sustainable economies that can generate decent and productive employment. Secondly, the proposals under this section must recognize that the private sector is not a homogeneous entity. Multinational corporations are not the same as domestic micro, small, and medium enterprises. As such, differentiated strategies are needed for each of them as part of an expanded policy space to promote sustainable industrial policies across the Global South. A sectorial approach is also needed as it's critical to protect essential public services like education, social protection, health, and water and sanitation from further privatization and financialization. Thirdly, MDBs are increasingly seen mainly as institutions that create markets and to mobilize private finance, which is a concerning approach again. We support Egypt in calling for a concrete proposal on reform policies and practice of the MDBs. We call FFT should establish a UN intergovernmental process to review and transform the public development bank ecosystem, starting from the role of the MDBs. The rethinking must be guided by the comprehensive assessment of the need of the Global South countries to promote socio-economic transformation. Fourthly and finally, it would be important to emphasize the need for regulating the financial sector to ensure that financial market resource support a real economy and economic transformation. FFT should establish a UN global regulatory framework to adequately regulate and supervise the financial institutions, including the non-banking financial institutions.